everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to game 57 of the tournament where we are playing Vanarus. It's turn 7, and we get our first Firebird. Woo! Fingers crossed. Hopefully this is going to be the first of many, and it's going to propel us to a situation of greatness. Fingers crossed. Vanarusian Sage has found a magic site. Please be fire! That's not fire, but that's also pretty good. Canyon of Wild Winds is a Air 2. So Air 2 out of the gate. This is pretty nice, right? Like, we're going to make very good use of air. So while we would have preferred fire, we're not going to complain about that. We lost some units while marching. We attack in Deadlands. It's honestly not nearly as many units as we thought it was. We should be fine. Skin shifters do some work. Ooh. Where are y'all going? I'm glad there was a limping or crippled skin shifter back there to take care of business. So we only lose 2 Huskarls there. That's pretty nice. Very, very exciting. We attack in Griffin Spires. Another, whatever. A couple heavy infantry here. I'll need to quit that. Oh, they routed real quick. Shattered. Nice. We lost nothing. Fantabulous. Unexpected event in Vanarus. A martyr has died. And people are happy about it. Dominion +2. Woo! That's actually really nice for us. So, we have 1 Dominion. Getting an extra +2 Dominion. Pretty good. not gonna not be happy about that. So, continuing to summon in Vanarus, we are shifting gears slightly away from sages. We're going to grab some goads, which are our little priests. We need to be able to drop temples whenever we can, so we're going to need some of them. We also need to get them out site searching for H1, because H1s could get us the ancient temples. Ancient temples get us astral pearls. Astral pearls get us the ability to empower another fire dude to be able to cast more Firebirds. So we want to side search absolutely fucking everything. And of course, more Herdmen. So that's not unexpected. Site searching in Griffin Rock. Hopefully we find fire. Moving this guy over to site search in Whiteport. Great. Sending a hearse back for this stack, which is probably going to go south, might go north. We'll see. Attacking into Kasevik with this stack should be pretty good. Not super worried about that. Wolf Tribe is actually pretty good against Skin Shifters. Skin Shifters have very low protection, but high HP. Wolf Tribe has low damage, but they attack a lot, right? Because of their dual wielding. So against Herdmen should chop the shit out of them. Shouldn't be a problem. So pretty excited about that. Up in Deadlands, we ran into an issue. So we've got 37 units here. We've got potentially 40 barbarians. It doesn't look like Nidavangur is poised to attack Gentlewoods, but there's the possibility that we throw our stack in there and it gets smashed, and we don't want that to happen. There's also potentially a shit ton of heavy infantry in Bogaton and heavy cav and light cav in Runia. So we're kind of in a bad situation here. Any of these is potentially a risk, and we don't really want to throw ourselves against one of them and lose, because we need the income, right? So we are taking the kind of like long-term approach, and we're going to attack Rick Balcor. This shouldn't be a problem. It's going to give us more income, and it's going to give us time, because we are leaving behind some skin shifters here to hopefully fix their crippled status. And we are bringing up 2 skin shifters that previously we had left behind in Whiteport to fix their crippled status. We're also going to recruit archers here in the Deadlands. Preferably, we want to take Gentle Woods, right? So if this turn we take Rick Valcour and we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 archers, right? Maybe that lets us get 8 the next turn, so we're looking at another 15 archers added into the mix of 15 archers here, so we're sitting at 30 archers, and then with 30 archers, maybe we're fine in Gentle Woods, right? So that's the general idea, is we're gonna miss a turn of expansion by going into Rick Valcour, and then we'll miss a turn coming back. But we'll be able to consolidate forces with, hopefully, some more skin shifters, some recovered skin shifters, as well as these recovered skin shifters, along with some additional archers to hopefully take Gentle Woods without an issue. So that's also the concept that if we're down here in Vanarus, so if we take Gentle Woods without issue, then we've stopped up this situation with Cursed Land. They're not going to go through Ragdan. Stopped up the situation with Cursed Land and Gentle Woods, and we can kind of start taking other things at our leisure. We're not going to try to be leisurely, right? We're going to try to be as quick as we can, but there's less of a rush because someone, jumps into the situation with us. So in theory, if we move into Vanarus, move into Rick Valcour, next turn we move back into Deadlands, and we, instead of taking this stack, which is going to be, like 34 units or something like that, instead of taking it south to Sodorth, we go north, right? We could potentially take it on the turn that we take Gentle Woods, and then consolidate from Gentle Woods and Runia into Bogatin, because we're gonna have losses dealing with heavy cav and dealing with barbarians pretty much regardless. But the hope is that the stacks at that point will be big enough to suffer the losses and then combine into something like Bogatin, and then maybe start moving around, because by that point, right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 turns if we're lucky, right? We could start clearing things up while we try to close up this border with Satis, is the idea. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of other crazy stuff going on. We don't have much research speed right now because, we've got our fucking researching god is now summoning firebirds. We've got 2 of our fucking 5 mages that we've summoned or recruited. They're out site searching. So it's going to be a situation where we don't have nearly as much research as we necessarily could, which could be bad. We'll definitely have to cross our fingers and hope that, hopefully Nidavellir isn't rolling a crazy bless with their fuck, what are they called? They're Nidbatheds. Because if they have a crazy bless, this could be pretty rough for us, right? These guys are pretty wicked, and with the whole soul scars thing, they can be very difficult to kill. So, we'll see. Anyways, I think that is probably it. Not anything else crazy happening. We're not getting... we do have access to Line Tribe Witch Doctors. This isn't really something that interests us, though. I really wish indie mages were not as bad as they were. Or maybe there were just, like, more options, right? Like, maybe there's the Line Tribe Witch Doctor, right? Which is kind of meh, but it's not very cheap or not very expensive, right? You're kind of get what you paid for. But what if there was also, like, a Line Tribe Shaman or seer or something like that was like 250 gold that had, some slight better properties. I'm sure there's mods out there that do that, but I just kind of wish that was in the vanilla game. I wish the indies, I say that, obviously, when you find the right indies can absolutely make a complete difference in the game. But I wish, in general, indies had more going on. Right, like, I wish Line Tribe had 4 or 5 units rather than 2 units. I wish Bone Tribe had 4 or 5 units rather than 2 units. I wish all the tribes had like 1 or 2 mages. I wish more of the, regular locations, like these are just humans, right? Just like commanders, heavy, light, militia, etc., etc. I wish there were more like hedge mages mixed in here or there, you know? Uh, anyways, it's just a thing that I think would be really cool with the way vanilla works. I feel like right now it's, there's a probably 50 plus different like indie units and mages. But the vast majority of them you don't care about. You care about like 5 of them. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.